We are continuing from the previous class. We have discussed the so whatever I am brushing up, we have discussed what is a OLTP and what is a OLAP. In the OLAP is divided into two types. So these are the things that we discussed in the previous class. We discussed OLTP and next OLAP. In the OLAP it is of two types, another is the ROLAP and another is the MOLAP. So we didn't discuss the MOLAP, we are going to discuss it now, and we discussed only ROLAP. ROLAP in turn is divided into two types. One is the star schema and another is the snowflake schema. Okay. Star schema, the fact table will be the center and at the sides the dimension table will be there. In the snowflake schema, facts table will be at the center, dimension table will be at the end, and apart from this table will have the some other dimensions. Okay, like it is a multi-level dependency, that is nothing but the snowflake. Single level dependency is the star schema. Single level dependency means if you want to get some information, directly you will join with the dimension table and you will get it here. But here in the snowflake schema, you will join with the dimension table, and from that, using the some other column in the dimension table, you will again join with some other table. Okay, this is nothing but the snowflake schema. So now, what is the difference between OLTP and OLAP? There are multiple differences. I'll say a couple of them, and you can see many things in the Google. OLTP, one more thing, the OLTP will have the up-to-date data. Because since whoever user is making any changes, that one will be reflected into the OLTP immediately. But OLAP, because since you will be loading the data, because there is no need for you to update the OLAP immediately. Let's say the OLT every 5 minutes, there is no need for you to update the OLAP, because whoever access the data, the managers, there is no need for him to have today's data. He is satisfied if he have the data up to yesterday, he is okay with that. So there is not much needed. So because of less data dependency, you will load the data only nightly. So the OLAP will have the 1 day data lag, it will be 1 day behind the OLTP. So that's the reason the OLAP will have it will not have the data like daily, it will just have the data like not immediately, depending based on your updation. You may update 1 hour, you may update every 2 hours, you may want to update the OLAP every 6 hours, you may want to update the OLAP every 24 hours, that is a nightly, depends on the thing. But wherever you go, the OLTP will have the up-to-date data, but OLAP will not have the up-to-date data. It will be always lagging behind the OLTP. OLAP will always lag behind the OLTP, because first the data will be entered into OLTP only, right? From there only OLAP you will update in the OLAP. Okay, so because of that, OLAP will not have the up-to-date data, but OLTP will have the up-to-date data. That is the one thing. Second thing is that OLTP may or may not have historical data. OLTP may or may not have historical data, because if it is a small company, you might have the historical data, because if there are less records. If it is a big company, then you will move all the data into the OLAP and you will delete the unwanted data from the OLTP. That is the thing you are going to do. So that is the scenario. So OLTP may or may not have historical data, but OLAP will always have the historical data. And next, OLTP as the tables third normalized. Third form, minimum it will have all the data in the OLTP will in the form of normalized tables. Okay, but in the OLAP you are going to denormalize the normalized tables. That is nothing but you are going to make it into the facts and dimension tables. So facts and dimension nothing but you are going to denormalize the tables and you are going to make the facts and dimension tables. Okay, that is a scenario. And I covered only few things. The first thing is that OLTP will have the up-to-date data, but OLAP will not have the up-to-date data. And OLTP may or may not have the historical data, but OLAP will have the historical data. And OLTP will have the normalized tables, OLAP will have the denormalized data, not completely denormalized, little bit denormalization, that is it. Okay. So, this is different between OLTP and OLAP. Now, here okay, in the OLAP we have seen only the ROLAP, like we have seen the facts and dimension, that is nothing but ROLAP. Now, let us see there is a scenario. Okay, in the ROLAP what I got? So, let us in the ROLAP, that is in the OLAP we got one concept called ROLAP and we got one more concept called MOLAP. Okay. In the ROLAP, see when you are going to create other process, like when you are going when you will be going to a higher level, when there is a need and when your system will not able to do the requirements that you want to do, if the your system is not at all satisfying you, then you will prefer the other thing, right. Okay. Then how the ROLAP will not satisfy, let us see. So, the ROLAP will have the entire data. Let us say I got day to day transaction, hour to hour transaction, I got all each and I got transaction at hour level, I got, because there will be many transactions at even every minute, right. Every seconds you will have some transactions, every second for minute, let us say every second we will have some 100. So, minute will have some 6000, okay, like sorry 100 into 60 6000, yeah, and hour will be like 36,000, okay, like this. Day means 36,000 into 24. So, the transaction will be increased. So, that all will be in the OLAP. Let us say if I want the amount in such a way that I want to calculate the total amount at day level, I want to do aggregation, select something, I want to do a total like for 2013 for Jan on Jan 15th, what is the total I want. So, in this purpose you will just do the aggregations, you will do the aggregations for this for 2013 for Jan or let us say I want aggregation like this, 2013 Jan we got 1 to 31 right. I want the total sales for each day, that is a one scenario I may need. Another thing I may need a total sales for 2013 at month level, January, February. Okay. So, I needed the day level, I needed the month level. Another scenario I may need the year level, let us say I got 2010 to 2014. So, I want total sales at each year level, and after that I want total sales at year level and again month level. I want total sales at year level at the and at the day level, and I may even want total sales at quarter level. I want to have this total sales at year level and quarter level, like that you will got many scenarios. So, in order to everything what you will be using, you will be using aggregate functions to do each and everything. You will use aggregate functions to use the total sales. We go with the one scenario. Okay, we are going to see that one scenario. And here in the big companies, why we use that, why we will be calculating the sales is that many people they need the sales for analysis purpose. If it is a big company, then many people they need that. So, now what we are going to do, we are going to adventure works tables, human resources employee or not human resources, let us go with the some sales, there may be some sales here somewhere. Yeah, sales dot order detail, select top 1000 records. So, do you have any date here? Let us see. Yeah, you got some modified date. Okay, this is not the thing which I want. $12,000 records. See, each and see the sales are divided like this way. Let us say the modified date is a sales date. So, it is having 2005-71. Okay, and somewhere after some time this, let us say this sales are for this date. So, after that you got 2005-11 on that day you got other records. and 2006 you got some other records, 2006, 11, 12, like that. For each month you got many records. See, now my scenario is that this is a unit price and this is a line total and this is a order quantity. Okay, my scenario is that let us say I want this line total, okay, at year level. For each year, what is a line total? So the one thing I can do is that go here, from the modified date I will get the year, Control C, Control Z, Control C, delete it. So I will just write the modified date, Control V, and I will do the sum of line total. I will remove this one, sum of line total. Okay, just at the beginning. So now when I do, what happens? Now I will get the modified date and total sum for that modified date. Okay, I need to do group by, right? Group by. Yeah, we will remove this sum for time being. So now what happens when I do this? What happens? Now I will get the total modified date and the total amount for that particular modified date. Now this 7 particular date is having multiple data, but what I want to sum that entire amount into a single record. Then what I will do normally, I can do one thing, I can just do group by or modified sum of line total, and I will do group by modified date. When I do now, see now for single date you got multiple records, right? Now you will be getting only single record for multiple dates. See, you will be getting only single record. Okay, for each one you will be getting only single record. Now what I want record at year level. So what I will do, year of modified date, and year also group by also I will do year of modified date, Now what happens? Instead of getting a date level, now I will get the total year and the sales for total year. See, now if I want to get the sales at the month level, I will just copy this one. Now I will take the month level. The same thing here also. When I do at the month level, now I will get the sales at the month level. See, year and month. Have you seen this? I'll just do order by year. I'll name it as year, or YR. This one I'll name it as month, MN. Here I'll do order by YR, MN. Done. That's it. When I execute it, now it will do order by 2005 for the month. See, 2006 for all months, 1, 2, 3, 6, all the, whatever the months I have, I can see this. This is at the month level. Now I can even see the date level also. How to see the date level? I don't know whether there is a day function also. Control V. Yeah, we got the day function also as D. In the group by, I will also do this one, Control V, and here I will do the order by day also. So when I do this, what happens? Now I will get the total sales for year, month and day. See, for month, each month and day, total sales this way. So this is a scenario. Let's say this is for only few records, right? If you have some hundreds of millions of records, and if you want to get the total sales at the year level, month level and day level, or total at the month level, instead of this entire thing, you can just have only at the month and day level. Just you can ignore the year. So it will calculate the total sales for that 1 month for all the years, like January for all the years, and it will submit and it will show. That is only the month level. Like that you can play around. So for each one you are doing aggregate function. So what the system does, it will pull all the data, and again it will do the calculation, and it will show, it will give the results, it will display the results for you. Now in this couple of scenarios, if there are hundreds of millions, whatever the scenario that I am doing, if there are hundreds of millions of records, if we want to do the same scenario, then it may take some minutes or it may take some hours, depends on the, there will be some companies, there will be some data, there will be some tables which will have something like 500 million records, and here you are getting only on one table, right? You may join couple of tables and then you will get them. When you join multiple tables, then the query will become complex and the query execution will take more time. It may take some 20 to 30 minutes to pull the data, and you are running, and other manager, he might also run the same query. He might need the same data at this level, year, month and quarter, okay, year level, or he may need the data at the quarter level, and there may be other level. So everybody will run this query. So today you got this data, right? And tomorrow if I want this, what I will again, I will run the query. There is no other way for me to store the data and use the same data for tomorrow. No, right? Again tomorrow also I need to run this. So because of this, it will take more time to, because what this query does, it goes back end, okay, year level, month level and day level. It will calculate them and it will display the results. So that is the thing that you will do in the OLAP. That is in the that is a relational OLAP, you will be doing that. So is there any scenario where my process, it will automatically calculate the, let's say there is a company ID 101. For that 101 company ID, it automatically calculates the sales at year level and sales at year and month level, and calculate the sales at year, month and day level, depends on the system, and it will store them. And when the user wants it, so the data here will be the sales year level, quarter level, year and month level, year, month and day level. So the total sales at this all the three levels, it is pre-calculated and it is stored in one location, so that the users, whoever wants to access, instead of running that aggregate queries, just they will get the, because this data is pre-calculated and stored here, so they will get the data here directly. Is there any other scenario? Yeah, we got the scenario for this. So what is nothing but, that is nothing but the MOLAP. The other term we use for is as simple cubes. Cubes is nothing but, it is a multidimensional OLAP. What the cubes does, so you are going to assign the cubes. What is the dynamic? We are going to see all the stuff. I am going to explain at the high level. It is going to store the pre-calculated values here, and we are going. I am going to show you what is that. So this is my AdventureWorks, right? It is a not AdventureWorks. I think I got in some other database. I will show you. Yeah, and I will disconnect this one. So here I got one Adventure data warehouse 2012. So in the Adventure data warehouse, you got the tables, you got sales and everything. See, so a data warehouse. This is a data warehouse. See, this AdventureWorks, the above one is an OLTP. So that's why you got just human resources and other table, normal tables. But when you go to the data warehouse, this AdventureWorks is the data warehouse. Always the data warehouse, the tables are stored in the form of prefix of dim and fact. Always the dim tables are stored by using prefix dim, and the fact tables are stored by using prefix fact, fact. Sometimes it depends on the company. Some companies they might simply store as d as a dimension. Instead of keeping the prefix dim, it might use it might create a schema for dim. So it may store dim dot table name. Sometimes it may store d underscore table name or dim underscore table name, like that, depends on the scenario. But basically they follow this standard: dim table name, fact table name. Always whichever the table starts with the fact, that is a fact table. Whichever table starts with dim, that is a dim table. So that is a scenario. Now you got multiple tables. When I see the fact finance, click top 1000 rows. See, you are not having any description. You are just having finance key, date, organization key, department group key, scenario key and account key, and you got the amount for that. That's it. In order to get the organization key or anything, there may be some give me a minute. Yeah, I just plugged in my charger. So now you can see in the organization table, you got the organization key, and if you want to get any details for the organization, there may be one table with the organization, see. So that organization table will have the organization key here, see, select star top of, see, it will have organization key. Based on joining this organization, it will have the organization name and currency key which that organization is using. And this, see, this is the currency key. And because every organization, let's say your company has multiple organization, it is some organizations are there in Canada, some are there in UK, and how to know which currency. So there is one more called currency key, and you can see there is definitely there may be one table called dim currency. Yeah, this table will have the currency key. See here, you have seen the currency key as 100, right? Let's go and see what is the currency key for 100. See, 100 is nothing but US dollar, like that. So it is nothing but this one will be the snowflake schema, because from the fact table you will be joining the organization table, and again this organization table by using the currency key, again you will join with the currency table. That is nothing but the snowflake schema, right? If you want to get the currency, you will join with this organization table based on organization key, and in turn again you will join with the currency table based on this currency key. So it is a snowflake schema. See here, this fact tables doesn't have any description, just it will have only the keys. That keys in turn will have the description for that based on that organization. If you join with the organization key, then it will get the organization name, like that. Okay, this is the facts and dimension table. So if you want see this, and you can see in the facts and dimension table, it got the date key. Date key means it is a date key. When you see the dim date, you are going to see this is the date key. Based on the date key, instead of storing the date, it will store the date key. We are going to see one live example, then you will be clear with that. So based on this, so if they want any year or anything, so if I want total sales for this at the month level, year level, then what I need to do? I need to do aggregation at the month level, day, year level, and day level, and then I will get the totals, right? That is the one thing I need to do each and every time. Now what they did for AdventureWorks, they had built a cube now. Okay, SQL Server, analysis services. I don't know whether I use here or not. Let's see. Yeah, I got the data warehouse here, cubes. Don't worry about anything, just we are going to say at the short level, browse. So this is the cube. Now see, previously what we did, oh, I think I had some issue with the cubes, leave it, we got some test cubes. Okay, we got some test cube, don't see, it is a test one, so we got multiple things. If I want the total sales at the year level or month level, so what I will do, I will just select the due date key. I'll go with some hierarchies. I got some hierarchies here. Do you have hierarchy here? No, I don't have any hierarchy. So let's connect to this one. Let's see, do I have anything like correct one or not? Yeah, here I got one cube. I think this cube will work. So now what happened, the cubes will have the pre-calculated value stored. See, I'll go to the date, I'll go to the year. So just I'll drag and drop the year, I'll get that year, and I'll drag the amount. We are going to see the measure in that one. See, when I drop, I'll get the total quantity sales for that year. See, if I want the month, so just I'll wrap. If I want at the quarter level, so just I'll wrap the quarter. See, automatically the total amount for that year will be this year. If I remove the quarter out of it, it is 9263, right? If I add quarter, then that 9263 will be breaked into each and every quarter. See, if I add this sum of all the things, then it will be 9263. Okay, then I can, for each quarter you will have months, right? Then I can take the months also. See, this quarter has only month 1 and 3, then I got the data for 1 and 3. If I remove the month, the quarter one amount is 146, right. If I keep month, then what happens, that 146 is divided into 20 and 126. 20 is for the month 1 and 126 is the month 3. See how easily you got the amount, right. Product part quantity and product part sales totals. So easily, instead of writing that aggregate queries, if you have millions of records, it may take more time, but since in the cube the values will be automatically stored, just the only thing you need to do is that just drag and drop that one. So this is at the year level and quarter level. If I want to at the month level, just drag the month and you can keep it here. If you want to do at the day level, for that each month you will have some dates, right. When you drag, see, you will get at the day level also. Month 1, month 1 date, month 3, 13th, month 6, 6th, 15th date, 8th, 12th, 10th. In the 10th, month 10th, you got 2 dates, 9 and 21, like this. You can see a total sales for that. Okay. The data is pre-calculated. Okay. So basically in every companies, at the eye level, they are not going to see what is the total sales for each and every transaction. Just they are going to see total sales at the day level. For this day, what is the total sales? For this quarter, what is the total sales? For this month, what is the total? That's the only thing they are going to do. Or they are going to see sales at the company level. For this company, what is it? Let's say the company has multiple branches. So for this branch, what is the total sales? And they want to do the total sales at the region level. For US, what is the total sales? Inside the US, I got northern, southern and eastern and western. For eastern region, what is the total sales? For western region, what is the total sales? Instead of doing at year and month, I can do at the region level also. I can do at the branch level, okay, and I can do at the day level. So based on the scenarios, we will be doing that all the stuff. Okay. Based on the scenario, we will be doing that all the stuff, and we are going to see that. So in that pre-calculated values, you are going to store the pre-calculated values in the cube itself. Okay, since we did the aggregate function, right. So if all the people wants to run this aggregate functions, I'll close this. So this is the aggregate query that we have written, right. So what it is doing is calculating. Every time you run the query, it is calculating. So if I again run it, it will again calculate and show me the data, because calculating again and again is waste of time, right. Is there any scenario where we can store this calculated results at one place, and next time if you want to get the results, instead of calculating, you can just use that calculated results. Are you able to get this one? Hello? Dhanalakshmi, Durga, Maunika and Shilpa?
Yes, Bhaskar, I got it.
Okay. Dhanalakshmi, Durga?
Yes, Bhaskar.
Maunika?
Yes, Bhaskar.
So in order to store the data pre-calculated, you will build a cubes on that OLAP. So on this ROLAP, you will build cubes to make it as MOLAP. Okay. On the ROLAP, you will build cubes to make into the MOLAP. That cubes will have the data in the multi-dimensional. So how the cubes, the data will be stored in this way. Let's say you will be having 2-dimensional, right. So what is the 2-dimensional? I'll write it another pad. So currently your table stores the data in 2 dimensions, right. It will store rows and columns, but you might have one more dimension. So what the dimension is? Let's say it will store the data for 2011, okay, and that, let's say it is a total sales for or else we can do it in one way. So it will store the data for month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4 and month 5. Or we can say quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. Quarter 1, quarter 2 and quarter 3. Okay, and this is the total amount for each quarter. The amount is some 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. Okay, this is a one dimension, x and y axis. If you want, there is one more axis called month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say each quarter has 3 months, right? This is every quarter months. Okay, so if you want to get that quarter, so at this point you will have the data for this all the 3 stuff. Quarter 1, month 2 and amount, quarter 1 month 3 and amount, like this. I think I did a wrong thing. Okay, this is a one scenario. So this is the amount. So if you want to get the amount here, so quarter 1 and month 1 and whatever the amount may be, you will get that amount here. Okay, and quarter 2. So at this scenario you will have the amount. So if you have the cube here, I am not a good artist, so I am just drawing at the eye level. This is a cube that I have. So normally on the single phase, let's say there is multiple scenarios, like this outer layer may have this bottom layer. Let's say this bottom layer will have the year 2010, 2011, 2012. Okay, and here this side level may have the locations. It may be eastern, it may be western, it may be northern, it may be southern, different types of regions. And here somewhere in the cube I will have the data here, data for 2010 and eastern, data for 2011, 2010 western, 2010 northern, 2010 southern. Somewhere, some point in the cube you will have the data for all the years. Okay, so there is like multiple, and let's say, yeah, this region I will just do Ctrl Z. So this vertical axis you may see the amount here, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million. And if you have the point here for 2010 E for this one, and for 2010 2011 you may have point somewhere here, for 2012 you may have point somewhere here, for 4 regions. Okay, so like this it is the multidimensional. So here this is for the regions and this is for the total amount for each region. Okay, so in this multidimensional scenario you can't load that multidimensional data in a table. So for that purpose you will just use the cubes. And now in order to load the data from OLAP into the MOLAP, okay, and in order to create MOLAP you will be using SSAS, and you will also use SSAS to load the data from ROLAP into the OLAP. Okay, you will use SSAS for this purpose. I will just stop the video.